a sinner, left my lover crying on the dance floor. I'm a sinner, I'm a sinner.
Alrighty, welcome back to Love at First Sight. Oh, welcome home. You're a little late, aren't you? What were you doing? Akemi roped me into being her errand boy. She wanted me to deliver something for her. Later that night, I let out a deep sigh as I'm laying in my futon, unable to sleep. For some reason, I couldn't tell my mom about the one-eyed girl. It wasn't like it was a traumatic event or anything, but I almost feel guilty. At any rate, I can't stop thinking about her face. I know that if I don't fall asleep soon, I'm going to have to rush to school tomorrow. I try to forget about everything that happened today, but I just can't keep my eyes closed. She looked like she wanted to say something back there, but I panicked and ran away. I kind of regret not staying. I roll over in my futon several times, but eventually I come to a decision. I'm going to try and find that girl again. I feel like I should at least learn her name. Come on. Oh, we made her cry. Act 2, Have an Eye For. The next day, I try to clear my head as I'm walking to school, but I can't stop thinking about that girl. Should I leave class during the break to go look for her? It's going to be difficult to leave without a good excuse, though. Maybe when school's over, I'll go to where I met her yesterday and say I just happened by. But there's no guarantee she's going to be in the same place today. Besides, I didn't exactly handle that situation gracefully. Leaving her like I was trying to run away, it's definitely not the best first impression to make. I'll have to think of some excuse for going. Why did I even go to investigate her crying in the first place? I'm not even sure I know myself. Sorry. That girl. I don't even know her name. What should I call her? Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Before I even think of what to call her, I have to actually find her first. I'll ask her name, introduce myself, and that'll probably be good enough. She probably thinks I'm some kind of freak, but I guess that's fine. Maybe if I just talk to her, it'll lighten some of the tension between us. I look up to find that I've arrived at school. Looks like I was on autopilot again. I get inside, change my shoes, and head up to the second floor where my classroom is. As I walk up the stairs, I see something strange moving out of the corner of my eye. Peeking around the corner to the connecting hallway is a head of brown hair. It's the girl I've been seeing in my mind all morning. I seem to be the only one who notices her head popping out around the corner. She must think that pose will keep her totally hidden, as if she's in a manga or something, but she really just stands out, at least to me. She's moving her eye around frantically, and sure enough, she picks me out from within a sparse crowd. I'm so surprised to see her. All I can think is, why is the first-year student on the second floor, before she hurries up to me. Here. She hands me a familiar handkerchief. That's right, I totally forgotten I'd lent it to her yesterday. I take the handkerchief, which she folds neatly into a perfect square. I think she even washed it. Yesterday, thank you. As soon as she says this in her tiny voice, she runs down the stairs and vanishes around the corner. Hold on, wait! I can't stop myself from calling out, but morning bell rings, drowning out my voice for me. Ah well, I head to my own classroom. Lunch bell rings. I stash my book in my desk and bolt out of the classroom. I didn't even get to thank the girl for washing my handkerchief. I go to look for her to say what I wanted to earlier. I have a good excuse to talk to her now, but I can't let this chance slip away. I arrive at the end of the hallway, but instead of going down to the first classroom, I head up the stairs. I don't know for sure, but I think there's a good chance she's going to be up where I met her yesterday. Well, even if she's not, I can just look elsewhere. I get to the 3rd floor and keep going, all the way to the stairs that lead to the roof. Hey. Huh? Just like yesterday, she's sitting on the same step at the top of the stairs. Seeing her shoulders jolt when she hears my voice, she looks up at me. Her mouth is opening and closing rapidly. She clearly wants to say something, but can't find the words. She's in the same position I was in yesterday, it seems. Thank you for washing my handkerchief. I didn't get a chance to say it earlier. Yeah. There's a lot of confusion in her voice. The fact that she's looking everywhere but at my face tells me she's not sure what to do. I'm obviously making her uncomfortable, but I'm not going to run away like I did yesterday. So, this is where you eat your lunch, huh? Do you mind if I join you? I say this as gently as possible as I notice the lunchbox she's got perched on her knees. That's a good place to put it, I guess. Yeah, if you're going somewhere during lunchtime, you're probably bringing your lunch as well. While we're talking, I take out my own lunch. Now that I think about it, I don't know if she has any other friends to eat lunch with. Oh, no. Her answer comes too quickly, and I wonder if she really means it. Her eyes keep darting wildly around the corridor in her effort to avoid making eye contact, and she begins to look even more nervous. Thanks, I'll just sit down on these steps. She didn't tell me to go away, at least. I take a seat next to her and unpack my lunch. This seems to startle her, and she leans away from me as if she's trying to escape. I sat next to her, but it's not like I'm that close to her. I'm a little offended. While I'm unpacking my lunch, I look her over casually as casually as I can manage. Up until now, I was fixated on her eye, but the rest of her appearance is pretty striking as well. Her head is covered in bandages, her hair is messy and unkempt, her uniform looks like it's been ripped apart and only partially stitched back together. I catch a glimpse of the skin on her shoulder and stomach, and it looks far from normal. I notice that she has bruises or maybe birthmarks? I'm not sure which, all over her legs, her neck and everywhere else I can see. The skin on her dainty limbs look white as a ghost. She doesn't look healthy by any standards. Okay, why do 90%? Yeah, it sucks when they do that kind of thing. Is that... Suddenly our eyes meet. I guess I was staring too obviously. Huh? We quickly break contact, but she keeps shooting me sidelong glances like she's worried I'll attack her or something. I'm clutching my chopsticks, but my lunch remains untouched. The long silence is getting uncomfortable. I try to strike up some conversation. Hey, come to think of it, I haven't even introduced myself. I'm Fukunaga Maru. What's your name? It's Usoi Sachi. Oh god, it's Sachiko, run. Sachi, huh? Nice to finally meet you. Nice to meet you. It looks like she's not too talkative, though I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I have to keep the conversation going somehow. Do you always eat lunch up here? Does anyone else ever come up with you or anything? Yes, I always eat here. No one else comes with me. Maybe that was too forward, but the fact that no one else comes up with her isn't too surprising. She's probably always alone. She shifts her attention onto me, watching me cautiously. Is she that afraid of me touching her? I see. So what do you do during lunch break then? Read, finish homework, a few other things. Really? What kind of book are you reading? I haven't really read any novels lately. Sorry. Sachi cries out abruptly, her voice rising like she's about to lose her mind. My lunch, I'm done, so, excuse me? No sooner does she say this than she scoops up her almost untouched lunch and runs down the stairs. I can't really chase after her with my lunchbox sitting open on my legs, so I leave her behind. I just been run out on. Okay, I see. Yeah. Is that good or bad? No, folk. I've just been run out on, and silence falls over the stairwell. I guess trying to force conversation like that backfired. Sachi only ever replied to my question with a few words at a time, but she kept looking over at me with her worried eyes. Did I really make her that uneasy? Oh no, it's fine. Is it that hard for her to open up to me? This girl seems to lead a very troubled life. I might not even be able to get close to her. No. Just because I had one unsuccessful experiment doesn't mean I should give up. Before, I thought that I'd be satisfied if I just spoke to her once, but now I have an overwhelming desire to get to know her. I have to become friends with her now. No matter what, I can't just give up. I have to keep trying. Yeah, well, being enthusiastic about it is one thing, but there's nothing I can do right now. I might as well eat my food. While I think of a way to meet her again, I finish off what's left of my lunch. But it's so quiet here now. I thought that no matter where in school you were during lunchtime, you'd be able to hear students' lively voices, but they barely reach this lonely place. It's like I'm in another world. The voices of the students talking down below are so quiet that the sound of my chopsticks clicking together, clicking against my lunchbox, is like a hammer on stone. Even the sound of my shirt rustling as I move is like a howl of the wind in comparison. How can she eat like this every day? As I close my empty lunchbox, I make up my mind. I absolutely have to become friends with her. That's weird. Where are you talking to? There it is. Oh, why is this? Okay, there we go. Returning to my classroom, I catch Tomo and Akemi just as they're finishing their lunches. Akemi is. Hold on 1 minute. It's gonna take me a second to get her voice. My voice is a little scratchy if you guys can't tell. Hey, where'd you go? The two of us ate our lunches together all alone. Come to think of it, I never said anything to them as I left. Oh, my bad. I finished my lunch too. Where'd you run off to? Hey, have you guys seen a first-year girl with really an unusual appearance? What do you mean by that? A first-year girl with one eye. Ocular issues? Yeah, sorry, wrong voice. Which one was that? Okay. First-year girl with one eye. The ocular issue. Yeah, that sounds like her. What are you talking about? Something I don't know about? Oh, this probably isn't something you don't want to hear. It's not really a happy story. How rude. You shouldn't keep things from your friends. That's not what I meant, but... Anyway, why do you want to know about her? No reason. I just heard about her and got curious is all. Do you know her? Personally, no. I've seen her around, but I've never talked to her. As for what I've heard about her, I'm not sure if it's true or not. It might all just be baseless rumors. That's fine. Just tell me what you know. Are you sure you really want to know? Tomo looks side to side like he wants to make sure no one else is listening, even though the three of us are all alone in here. Yeah? Alright. He promptly turns away from me and stares to the floor. He looks as though he's staring into another dimension. Fine, but take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. At a first-year student in Class 2, female, named Uso something. I only remember her family name, but she only has one eye. Wait, one eye? You mean she lost one in an accident? She didn't lose one. She only ever had one, right in the center of her face. One big eye. What? You mean she was born that way? I don't know the details, but it seems that she was. I've only ever seen her from afar, but I really don't think that it's an injury. There's really a person like that in one of the first-year classes? I've never seen her or even heard about her, not once. Well, we are in a different year from her, but regardless, I'd guess she's trying hard to stay hidden, both from our other students and from herself. What do you mean? She's trying to stay hidden from herself. I told you it wasn't a happy story. Tomo takes a quick glance to Akemi. He seems worried to have said so much about Sachi around her, though it's not like I forced him to tell me. Yesterday, he avoided the subject for the school celebrities. Was that because he didn't want to talk about Sachi? That's all I've heard, but she does have a startling appearance. She's definitely not normal. Maybe she's creepy, maybe not, but you have to admit that at the very least, she's unusual. She's fascinating to some and scary to others. I'm sure there are plenty of more who find her disturbing. From what I hear, she's always covered in wounds. It's hard to believe they're all accidental, considering how many she has. So in that case, could they be from someone beating her up? If someone at her home is hurting her, I couldn't tell you, but there is a real possibility that she's being bullied at school. We must protect, right, chat? Could that be it? Before I wasn't sure what caused her injuries, but thinking back, what Tomo's saying makes sense. Doesn't anyone try to protect her? I told you all I know is rumors, not details, but there's another student who's also a little famous, and I think she's the one responsible for bullying the girl. It's not Rui-chan, is it? This catches me off guard. Akemi, normally so loud. I wish you had said that before. Speak in a hushed tone. So, reminder to everyone, these are all being done basically as cold readings. Now that I think about it, she's been normally quiet the whole time Tomo's been telling us about Sachi. I always figured Akemi would be the first to denounce bullying whenever she sees it, but do you know her? I wouldn't say we know her, per se. We just ran into her several times during middle school. Doesn't that mean they know her? Akemi seems to be staring into space now, thinking. Anyway, whether or not we know her doesn't really matter, but yes, the alleged assailant is this girl, Sadakawa Ryu. I've heard that she's from a well-off household and was pampered growing up. As a result, she's very self-centered. That's the impression I got when I first met her, but they probably are more to it than that. She's really popular among the other students as well, but also contributes to her behavior, or at least I think so. I see. Thanks for telling me. I can find out the truth for this on my own later on, but I think I'm starting to understand more of the situation now. So, what do you think of this one-eyed girl? As Tomo said, the fact is that Sachi is very unusual, and I'm curious to know what he thinks about her. Depending on his response, I may have to change my plans. I just told you what I think, so tell me, what were you doing during lunch? Why are you so concerned about this? I didn't plan on hiding it, but I guess I couldn't have anyway. Tomo seems to understand what I'm getting at. I can't fool you. You made it too obvious. As I said before, I only have trivial information. You shouldn't judge a book by her cover, so to speak. I haven't concerned myself with her until now because I didn't have any reason to. That said, if you want to help her out, you've got my support. See ya, Crash. Thanks for stopping by. I see. Well, thanks. I didn't think there'd be any problems, but still, I'm glad Tomo's so eager to help. I keep my face expressionless. But I breathe an internal sigh of relief. Wait. Did you actually meet this girl, Maikun? Akemi quickly returns to her previous loud demeanor. Yeah, I did. No fair! I want to make friends with this girl too, Maikun. Introduce me! Yep, Akemi's back to her old self. The way she was acting before was so unlike her. She seemed worried when Sadakawa and her bullying came up, but now it's like she wasn't even here for that part of the conversation. At least I don't have to worry about Akemi being nice to Sachi. If they ever did meet, she's so damn friendly. I'm not sure how I would do that. I mean, I'm not even really friends with her. Come on! What are you trying to say? I mean, it's just... She's not used to talking with people, and I think talking to someone like you would really overwhelm her. What's that supposed to mean? You don't want me to meet her? That's definitely not fair. It's because your voice is capable of leveling buildings. Hey, come on! It's not like I'm going to be giving a speech to a huge audience. It's not exaggeration to say I'm kind of professional at having super relaxed conversation with guys, girls, kids, and even dogs, cats, and lizards. What? I read that entire sentence. What? Okay. Give me a second. It's definitely an exaggeration. You are intimidating with that loud voice of yours, and that meeting is going to end with that girl running away in tears. That's right. I know these two are good people, and as much as I want to introduce them to Sachi, I don't think suddenly coming up with two more people is a good idea when she barely even knows me. Boo! What about Tomo then? I don't think that would work either. Don't you think she'd be just a little scared of two guys she doesn't really know walking up to her and starting to talk to her? She pouts at Tomo. He's right. I don't exactly have the friendliest face. It's safest if you just meet her with your own for a little while. It's true. He's really tall and he's always has somewhat of a strange look in his eyes. I probably scare her enough all on my own, but if I brought Tomo along, she'd probably scream and run away. Sorry, you two. Fine, I get it. I'll give you a little while. But someday you have to introduce us. Promise? Sure, I promise. Good luck. If you need help, just ask. Thanks. If it comes to that, I'll gladly take your offer. I like this one so far. I feel like this is going to get really sad, though, everybody. So prepare for that. I feel like it's going to get sad. I do love the animations. Act 2, have an eye for. Why did it restart? What? I don't know how messed up because I was already warned that this would be safe for Twitch. So I'm not sure how messed up it could get. The next day, lunch. I'm going to try to find Sachi again today, but first... Alright, I need some help, but let's make it quick. We're holding a war council, so we're finishing up our lunches. Welcome to all of our raiders. Quick it is. What do you think is the best way to become friends with her? What makes you think I know? Okay, no, not just her. I mean in general. How do you make friends? Didn't you have any friends at your old school? Well, yeah, but... Then you should know, shouldn't you? No, it's not like I had to try to make friends. I just became friends with some people without even realizing it. I guess that's why I need advice. That's kind of what happens to everyone. Okay, my turn now. Akemi, who'd been silent up until now, suddenly shouts, startling me. Honestly, I don't think she'll have any useful advice on the subject, but I want to eat my lunch, so I stay quiet and let her talk. Maikon, the answer's simple. You just have to remember when you first met us. It's a little depressing if our first meeting is the only frame of reference she has. When I met you? Yeah, because we became friends pretty easily. Of course, it's not like you could resist my fantastic charm, but still. No, at the time I was thinking these guys are weird, and I only got to know you out of morbid curiosity. Yeah, that's how it usually goes. What? That's mean. The fact that you're able to get along with us nerds means you're also weird, doesn't it? I'm not denying that. No denying it. I don't know what you're so worried about. You're more sociable than me, and not as loud as Akemi. Why are you guys always ganging up on me? Anyway, the point is that you don't want to scare her away, right? I think that was put on the wrong person. Yeah, pretty much. You're ignoring me again. Don't do that. And you were just going to find her today, right? Yeah, I'm planning to, but I want to eat my lunch here. Last time I met her, having food with me just got in the way. Besides, I don't want to spend the entire lunch break with her and leave these two hanging. Are you sure you can stand being away from us? Sometimes I think this guy can read minds. He really doesn't look it, but he does care about other people. I think I'll manage. I'm more worried about leaving you alone with Akemi. Don't remind me. I do like having someone else around who can keep this fool in check. What did you just call me? I wonder if I should even go. You sure you can keep her in check on your own if I'm not here? Then again, Sachi should be finishing up her lunch soon. I've been finishing up my own lunch in a hurry, as we were talking as well. Since Sachi's eating alone, she probably won't take long to finish her food. Sachi? Is that the one-eyed girl? Come to think of it, I don't remember her whole name. Oh, right. Usui Sachi. Sachi, huh? Well, she'll be Sachan then. When you finally introduce her to me, I'll call her Sachan. That reminds me, when I first met Akemi, she immediately gave me the nickname Maikon, and she didn't seem to care that I'd only known her for about a minute. Not that I dislike her, but the speed at which she gets close to people is a bit unsettling, to say the least. You're deciding on a nickname for her before you even meet her? Well, I'm not the one who's going to meet her. Maikon, hurry up and introduce her to us so I don't have to worry about befriending her on my own. Yeah, I get it. In that case, I'd better hurry so Akemi doesn't have to think too hard and risk shorting her brain out. My brain isn't going to short out. Hey, wait a minute. Get back here. Good luck. Thanks. I glance at the whining Akemi before packing up my lunchbox and leaving the classroom. Of course, there's no guarantee I actually will find her. Sachi is probably just finishing her lunch by now, and I'm sure she'll go somewhere else when she does. There's also the possibility she chooses to eat somewhere else in order to avoid me. I guess I won't know until I go there. Alright, she's here after all. Same place, same frightened look. Hey, how's it going? Hello. She's on guard again. She's on guard again this time? Is she on guard again this time? She seems calmer than she did yesterday. It looks like she just finished her lunch. Her lunchbox is closed. Now what do? I suppose I should think of something to say first of all. I'm not trying to scare you or anything. I just want to be friends, you know? Friends? Her darting eye tells me that I didn't have to tell her that I don't have her trust yet. The only thing I can tell for sure is that she's suspicious of me. I need another drink. Yeah, do you not want me here? You don't have to leave, but... In that case, can I talk with you for the rest of the lunch break? Okay. Great. She hasn't rejected me yet. Alright, thanks. I sit down on the stairs next to her. Same as yesterday. What were we talking about yesterday? Oh, right. Something about books? Yeah, books. You like reading books, right? Do you read manga and stuff? I like reading novels, mostly just novels. I see. So you don't like manga then? No, I like them. It's just, I don't have any money for manga and novels either. I borrow books from the library, the school library, I mean. They don't have manga. So that's it. Hey, if you want, I can lend you some of my manga. I have a few novels too, not just manga. But I figure that she'd be more interested in what she hasn't gotten as much of a chance to read. Huh? Are you sure? Yep. What genres do you like? I mean, I don't have a ton, but my collection is not too small either. I could lend you some of my favorites. Is it really okay? You shouldn't go out of your way for me. I said it's fine. It's really not a big deal. I'm just happy to have something in common. I see. Thank you very much. If you have something you want to read, let me know. So what genres do you like? Any genre's fine, besides scary stories, or painful ones. Horror is no good then? You don't have a favorite genre then? Oh, sorry. There is no reason to apologize. Alright. The book you were reading yesterday, what was it? Can you let me see it? Oh, this? She points to the book she had laying beside her. It's a science fiction book. Sci-fi? You don't look like you'd be interested in that sort of thing. I read those too, actually. I really don't care about genre. If it's interesting, I'll read it. Anything that's interesting is good, right? This looks like a good book. Anyway, I'll try to choose some I think you'll like. Why don't I bring some of the ones I usually recommend to people? Okay, I'd really appreciate that. Yeah, no problem. By the way, how is this book? I've heard of it before, but I've never actually read it. It's, okay, I guess? There's a lot less tension between us now than there was yesterday. Her voice is still shaky and afraid, but it's like she's becoming a lot more comfortable with me. She may not be used to talking to other people, but it doesn't seem like she's opposed to a good conversation. Then the bell interrupts us. Time to go already, huh? But at least I was able to talk to her more. That's something to be happy about. Oops, we should get going. Right. The two of us stand up and start heading down the stairs. Come back here tomorrow, okay? I'll bring the manga I promised. Oh, okay. Mamoru-senpai? Yeah? I stop at the steps and turn back toward Sachi. Her voice is so quiet that it's hard to hear over the sound of her footsteps. I'm really sorry. Really, I don't mind lending out one or two books. It's not that. Coming up here to talk to me, What is she getting at exactly? Usually when people offer to do nice things for you, you say thanks, not sorry. Not that you have to bow or anything like that. Actually, I should be thanking you for talking to me. Sorry. There you go again. Sorry, I mean, thanks. Thank you. Yep, glad I could help. We're descending the stairs as we talk, And before I know it, we're talking to this. We're at the second floor where my classroom is. She's got one more floor to go since she's a first-year student. All right, this is my stop. See you tomorrow. Sure, tomorrow then. We go our separate ways. Sachi goes to the first floor while I return to my classroom on this floor. Yeah, I do the sorry thing a lot too. Well, I did it. I only just met her, but surprisingly, we actually made a promise to meet up again. It's only a day, but I feel like we've gotten much closer. While I'm in my afternoon classes, I think about what kind of manga I should lend to her and try to remember what's on my bookshelf. And then the next day, that's where we're gonna leave it, guys. We'll continue tomorrow. Thank you all for joining me for today's stream. You guys are awesome as always. And if you're watching on YouTube, please check out the links in the description. And I'll see you guys next time.
Good night.